right, you seen the title. I'm going to show you how no contact is the only way to get rid of the narcissist. How y'all doing tonight? Hope you're enjoying your Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. To all you veterans, love you. Remember, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, and share. I'm trying to spread the awareness, man. Come on. We want people to be able to know a narc when they see one. Just like any other jerk, you know what I mean? You want to be like jerk, butthole, narc, you know what I mean? That's all we're doing here, all right? So let's get started. I'm not gonna hold you too long, all right? So look, I know a lot of people say you can't do this, but if you can, man, move out. And when you move out, don't say nothing, right? Like, you know what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So when you gotta move out, just don't tell nobody your plans. Don't tell nobody where you're going. Just get it done, okay? Just get it done. Just move out. Otherwise, you're gonna mess around and let that narc know through some kind of means. And once you let them know, she is going to destroy your life. She's gonna definitely destroy those plans that you're moving out, okay? You know, and I mean the way the psychological warfare that she's gonna do, man, you better just make plans. Trust me, by the time you're ready to move out, she's doing some type of discarding, you know what I mean? So just don't let her know, you know what I mean? Just mentally prepare, and you don't need nothing. Just, you know what I mean, closing your back. Just get out of there. Don't let anyone know you have a plan or nothing. Just get out of there. Straight up. No lie. The next couple of notes are gonna be kind of crucial, right? Block them on social media, right? Block them on all platforms. If you don't block them on the platforms and they contact you, that's your fault. You know better, right? Next one, block them on your phone. Their number, any number that you knew of that were friends of theirs, and all family. If you don't block them on their number and they mess around and contact you, that's your own fault. You gotta blame yourself. You know these people do not care. These people they will say anything, and if you're not blocking them, your problem, okay? So make sure that's done. If you're trying to go no contact and you're really trying to get rid of them, you have to do these things. They will use any method to get back in touch with you. You cannot leave any door open. You have to close them all shut completely. So if you're not ready to do this, then don't half-ass it. Don't do it at all. If you're ready to do it, what you gotta do, I'm telling you. And when you're doing this, you know, I got my notes up here. When you're doing this, don't be telling anybody your plans, man. Like, don't tell your friends your plans. Don't tell no family member your plans. You know what I mean? When you're blocking them on social media, don't be like going to you, oh yeah, I'm blocking X, Y, Z on social. Don't tell nobody nothing. Just block them. Don't say nothing. You don't need to say nothing. I don't know why we feel the need to be talking, period. I don't know if we need to do it to, I don't know, like maybe feel like we're doing some affirmation, but at this point, you can't get, doing your affirmation that way. You got to do it some other kind of way. Stop talking. Like, I mean it. Like, stop talking. You don't need to be talking. Stop talking. Man. And when you do all this, right? You know what I mean? You're blocking them, whatever. And you moved out. Get back to doing the things that you used to love to do. Working out, eating healthy, try new things. You know what I mean? The whole thing about this is constantly putting yourself in a position to be out of your comfort zone all the time. See? When you're doing that all the time, you're creating new brain patterns and stuff, man. Like, look, it's deep, you know what I mean? But like whenever you do that, you're causing your brain to push yourself out of your comfort zone and your old neural patterns into some new neural patterns. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, you'll be able to not feel like you're depressed. You're not going to feel like the world's coming to an end. You'll be excited about the world. You'll be excited about doing new things, okay? You're basically becoming a whole new person from the inside out. You know what I mean? So when you get rid of the narc, I'm telling you, like, it's like having a parasite attached to you, but to your soul. So whenever you get rid of them, you know what I mean? Like, Especially when you feel like it might be some twin flame energy. It's not no twin flame, man. It's if it was a shadow side. It's not like no good twin flame. Your twin flame is going to be an addition to you, not something that you get around them and you just feel anxiety and weird and you know what I mean. Like, nah, that's not. No. You know, so you get back to doing the thing that you like to do. You know, like after you've gotten rid of them, after you block them on social media, get back to doing the things that you like to do. You know, the things that you used to love to do, while also doing the things that you've always wanted to do. You know, the things that you couldn't really do because, you know, you was with a narc. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't do these things. You know, so get back to doing those things. Self-love. Self-love is a must. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know it, Shanice. You know it. Self-love is a must. Self-love. Like when you learn how to, you know what I'm saying, connect with God, you know, and you got that self-love, you know, where you don't need nobody. You don't need nobody around you. As a matter of fact, the best time you have is the time that you have by yourself. Just you and God, that's it, right? Like when everyone else is looking for somebody to make themselves feel better, and you don't need no one, you get anxiety when you're around a bunch of energy, you know, especially a bunch of bad energy. So, you know, you're really by yourself. You do better by yourself. You're not really by yourself. It's funny, man. Like when you finally wake up, man, like when you're by yourself, you realize you're not by yourself. Like when you are by yourself is the only time you're not by yourself. Does it make sense? Does it make any sense? Like when you're by yourself, that's the only time you're really not by yourself. Anyway, yeah, that's how I feel. You know, I feel like, you know, my connection with God, don't need anything else. You know, I'm good to go. You know, and if that's, and once you have that, you know, you're able to block out that narc. You're not even thinking about them like that. They're thinking about you and how they're going to punish you and what they're going to do, what they're not going to. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You good. You know, you're going to take care of whatever comes up because you're level-minded right now. You're balanced. You know, so you're thinking about stuff, you're planning stuff, your face is ahead of them. You're not worried about what they're going to do because you know how they think, you know, their low vibrational selves. So you was there before, so you know how they're thinking. But you're way up here. They have no idea what you're going to do. They have no idea. You don't even know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? You're just going by your intuition and your discernment. You know, you're no longer trying to overthink anything. Makes you dangerous. And I can't stress this enough. And this is something that we should have been doing in the first place. And we know that we didn't do, and we should have done it. Set up healthy boundaries, man. Like, we got to start setting up healthy boundaries. Man, I was talking to my friend. I keep bringing this up. Not my friend, my brother. You know, and he was talking about, you know, just people to say what I feel like is just disrespectful stuff, you know, nowadays. Like, you know, one young lady jumped in my live on TikTok and was talking about, hey, what's going on, Uncle? How does she know that I think that whatever trending that is, you know, how does she know that's okay with me? Like, when do we just start, like, not even trying to be civil, not even trying to be nice, and just start saying whatever makes our ego feel better? And I'm tired of that, man. So we need to start setting up healthy boundaries. Look, don't let anybody say and do anything to you. Don't. Like, if something makes you feel some type of way, let it be known. If they don't like you, you know, they're going to find a reason not to like you anyway. You know, truth be told. You know, so at least this way, you ain't got to worry about feeling some type of way and mess your energy up, therefore messing up whatever you're working on. You know, look, man, you're going to have people hate you to the day you die. Give them a reason. Give them a reason. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You know, I don't care how anybody feels about me. And like I keep saying, most people they're not thinking about you anyway. So you shouldn't even be thinking like that. Really. And I done ran too long, you know, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But hey, look, that's how you detach yourself from a narcissist that you think is a twin flame, which is really not a twin flame. You was in a bad place. How in the world could it be a twin flame? You were in a bad place. You know what I mean? Trauma bonding at the most. And the trauma bonding wasn't real. This chameleon, this leech, what they did was they got you to open up with your dumb self and you started running your mouth too much. And they took all that information and go, oh, really? Huh? And they try to make it seem like they had to say, no. No. The problem is you don't pay attention. If you listen to what they're saying, they're always the victim. Listen, man, whenever I'm telling someone about whatever I've done listen, me and my ex, I've made my mistakes. I'll never be like she did everything. See, the narc is never going to take any accountability. It's always going to be someone else's fault, even if it's a covert. You know, if they're trying to kind of somewhat soften you up by making it seem like they're not taking accountability, and they're like, you know, they are taking accountability, like, oh, it's my man. There's going to be some kind of backhanded apology. You know what I mean? Or they're going to bring it back up later on. They're gonna bring it back up later on, like I took the blame for that. It's not like you're gonna go. It's gonna be done, and nah, man, no. That's what I'm saying. Like with these people, they're in like a whole different vibration, man. Like it's all about hurting people and feeding off the hurt and the pain, man. So what you got to do is completely detach yourself. And if you can't move out, listen, I understand. Sometimes, nah, man, nah. No, if you know they're a narc, you gotta go. I can't stress it enough. I don't care if you got kids and everything. You gotta go, man. So what you gonna do? You gonna sacrifice your soul? You just gonna die? You gonna let them delete you over time? Man, are you crazy? Look, I'm running over time because I need for this to be understood. You are important. You know, they feed off you. You are the source. You are the supply. Why are you going to let them destroy you by guilting and gaslighting you into feeling like you have to do what they want you to? Get away from them. All right? Get away from them. Free yourself. I'm telling you. Once you free yourself and you're on the other side of things, everything just starts falling into place. You know what I mean? Your soul's right. Start showing on the outside. You know what I mean? You got to do this, man. You got to do this. I know it's going to be rough. Trust me. Okay? Trust me. I ought to write a book, man. Look. I was in the Army, 2 deployments to Iraq, combat arms units, kicking in doors, okay? Then I worked for the White House, you know what I mean? And that's where all this white came from. That is the most, hats off to everybody to do any of that government work. Then I was an engineer, And even doing that cybersecurity engineering, nothing was as hard as dealing with that narcissist. Nothing. So, all you out there that's dealt with this and like, oh, I feel like I'm weak and I can't talk about it. I am a combat veteran. I'm telling you, I done been to 2 wars in combat arms units, kicking in doors, doing raids, Then I worked for the White House. I was an engineer. Being with that narc was the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life. I'm not, no joke. I done ran over time. Look, I done ran y'all over. I'm sorry for holding y'all, but I had to get that across. You got to save yourself. You're important. You got things to do. God's got a plan for you. And just letting a narcissist take you out the game, it's better than that, baby. Come on now. We're going to do better than that. All right? Listen, the narc, they got their little couple of friends and they gang stalk. But we're building an army over here. That's right. We're building an army. It's going to be dangerous. Nothing worse than, hey, narcs hate it when empaths get together, man. They like to group up. We're going to group up. We'll mess them up. Love y'all.